Hey, what's up everybody? Mr. Scary Muffin here, and it is week 5, question mark, of the Duck Soup Gaming League, and I just want to show off this awesome overlay that Sam made for that. You can see the duck's got the train on there, and it's got a quote from Pankers, "Please Lord, let the lock and load be banned." Really nice art. Thank you, San. Looks beautiful. Anyways, the map this week is gonna be Gravel Pit, and just like when I was covering Well, for some reason, when you started in single player, you get the commentary, and so yeah. Anyways, so let's talk about attacking on Gravel Pit. I'm actually appreciative that it's like this, because then I can just run around, don't have to wait for the thing to start. I do recommend scouts, soldiers, demos, the usual. Heavies will do okay on this map as well in terms of attacking. But for the most part, you want the mobile classes that can jump and dodge like crazy. There's a lot of open area on Gravel Pit, which is really conducive to these classes. Starting off, the easiest point to grab is A, and I'll explain when I talk about the defense. When you leave from here, always send one scout out first. Everybody else should probably be hiding behind this wall or something. And when the scout runs out, he should check in between this gap right here for sticky traps. Because it's very easy just to run this way and go, oh, I see no traps. And then there might be sticky traps inside this gap area right there. And I know I've been caught by that before. But yeah, scout runs out first, checks, goes no stickies. Watch out for snipers who can be watching there, might try to pick you off as you come out. And watch out for enemy scouts, maybe a spy. Yeah, there's really nothing else. Most of the time, the defense will leave A pretty much empty. It depends on the situation leading up to it. I have seen people set up a sentry on this rocks here before, and it's not a terrible idea, but it's also not a good idea at the same time, and I'll explain again why later. But anyways, expect to be able to cap this relatively quickly. You can leave one scout on the point to cap, and the rest of your team can just simply push forward to C. And just make sure you send one scout that way, and then you send the rest of your team this way. You watch out for snipers who will probably be way over at this area here, so that they'll probably just be standing about here, trying to catch people coming in, standing about here maybe, trying to catch people coming in, and then the sniper can just run in and change classes if necessary. Just be wary of that as your team takes a position. Usually you want to have your team right about here when you're attacking and you're capping A. Your scout, of course, will be running the back route just to make sure that everything is okily dokily, that there's no teleporters set up around here, and just to make sure that everything else is clear around this side. Teleporters are usually set up on the opposite end, just so teams can't really see it. And yeah. So once you cap A, what normally happens is you would leave the demo and maybe a scout or maybe somebody else, but you normally leave the demo and he'll spawn camp like a dick. He'll spawn camp like a dick while the rest of your team will Uber in to B, usually through these doors. And the only thing you have to really watch out is for pyros, because pyros can end your Uber before it even gets started. But normally there'll be a sentry set up behind the house here, or it'll be around the corner over here. So if you come out this way and you don't see the sentry, then it's obvious over that way. Just have your soldiers jump on the roof. Soldiers on the roof can take out the sentry really easily, and then just push right on into B with your Uber, and try to get as many frags as possible, obviously. The Ubering, like flashing the Uber on the soldiers as they jump on the roof, is really huge, because there's probably going to be a demo or a soldier up on the roof on defense already, and so you can give them momentary vulnerability for them to jump up. The soldiers on the roof basically will have to try to air rocket the people as they jump over, and usually that's kind of hard to do. But yeah, if you can come in and you can crush the sentry gun with your Uber and pick up like 2-3 kills along the way, then that's usually good. Of course, the other team will probably have their Uber at the same time, so you need to basically clear off the roof. It's a big thing when you're coming in and attacking. The Uber can only stay on the ground for so long, and as you come on in with your team. Clear off the roof. If you have the roof, even after your Uber fades, the roof position gives you a big advantage in the cleanup after the Ubers collide. And if you get 2 or 3 kills, basically what happens, and your demo man is staying back and spawn camping, then you can cap B without any worries, and people who died won't be able to come back. And the same goes for when you're killing people coming out of A. Just spawn camp them, and then they're basically taken out of the equation when you're moving in to B. Once you cap B, the easiest way to go for C, I think, really, most times people do rotate back to A. You can try pushing out of B. It's a lot harder to push out of B into this area. If you have Uber already, then coming out here is not a bad idea. This is probably one of the best positions you have because you can see pretty much everything going on, and you just walk up this way. But other than that, if you don't have Uber, you might want to rotate back towards A because A does give you several different places to come in from, and scouts like to jump in through here. You just basically want to have almost everybody just jump up on the point, and then somebody just has to pocket the medic as the medic goes up the ramp as well. If the medic even chooses to go up the ramp, really. You might run sniper at this point on offense, just so you can pick off the enemy sniper, and just so you can get a pick on the medic or get a pick on, I don't know, a demo soldier or the heavy even. Don't really need spy even if they have a sentry. Sentries are okay. I'll talk about a little bit more about that when I'm talking about defense. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much the offense coming in. There is an alternative method that I've seen, and basically what you do is you send one scout out to A, and he'll just scout out the area, and then your team pushes out B, and you basically rush B, because normally there'll be 1 or 2 people out of position on A right off the bat, and trying to delay the cap just ever so slightly, and so that gives you time to push B. And usually, if the sentry, if they're a little bit slow, the sentry might be at level 2, and that gives you an opportunity to try to get that. Your soldiers will have to practice. You never have to practice that jump onto the roof. That's really, really, difficult for me, but some soldiers are like 1, 2, 2, and right on that, nice and easy. But yeah, again, controlling the roof is really, really huge, and rotating here, don't take long. That's just dumb. Just take short, and I hope there's no sticky traps over there. Sticky traps down here are pretty bad. They're hard to see, and they will kill you when you jump. So send a scout or send a soldier, somebody you can sacrifice a little bit. Don't send the medic. And in fact, usually if you're planning to go just push A, if you're planning to just push A and not push B at all, the medic should stay behind. The medic should not even leave the spawn. Just have the medic stay within with the Uber and just wait till the rest of the team is ready, and then the medic can come out. Or wait till the team says A is clear, and then the medic can come out and join up with them just as they go through B and start moving forward to spawn camp. As a medic, when you're bored here, watch out for this spot right here, because you can get trapped in here and you can't get out because a single jump won't take you out of this area. So yeah, that actually happened to somebody. It was one of those fails of the day. So 2 ways to approach this. The easiest way, especially if you guys are going first, because the way Gravel Pit works for competitive play is that one team goes and tries to cap as many points as they can, as fast as they can, and the number of points and the time it took to capture them is recorded. If you only cap 1 point, you want to have a really, really good time. That way, you don't have to worry about defending A and B at the same time. What I mean is, so for example, you run out and you cap A in, say, 3 minutes, which is a really terrible time. You cap A in 3 minutes, and then the other team's just really, really good at defending. They've defended B amazingly well. In which case, then, when you are on defense, you have to make sure that the other team doesn't cap either A or B within those 3 minutes, and that's pretty much impossible, especially A. So if you're the first team to go, pretty much you just want to rush A right off the bat, get it capped in about 45 seconds, get the 5 cap or the 7. Of the 5 cap, basically there's no much more difference after the 5 cap. Run the pain train, If you need cap A as fast as you can, then you don't have to worry about defending both A and B if you fail to capture B. Basically, it is a bit of a gamble if you want to push out B, because you will get a delayed time if you fail to capture B on your first initial push, and the other team was just really good on defense. It's a big gamble. And so if you're going first, I would totally recommend just going for A immediately and just grabbing it super fast. That said, people might mess it up a little bit. If you're going second, of course, it depends on the time you have to beat and how well you did on defense, naturally. Most of the time, if you're going second, then you would probably go B first. There's no real reason why, unless you're trying to beat somebody's time easily. Okay, so now on to that defense. Engineer, because engineer is kind of needed for the B defense. You can try putting a teleporter, but you can pretty much expect it to go down, really. A lot of teams put the teleporter on the opposite end, other than the obvious end. You can also try hiding the teleporter right here, but to be honest, it's going to go down. No matter where you put it, it's really going to go down. There's almost no point to do it, except for that initial suicide guy for you, and the initial people on defense for A, because they will probably get to use it just before it's done. So don't worry too much about the teleporter. Basically what happens when you run out here, you should have a scout or a soldier, or scout or a soldier should just crater for you, and that will leave them the 100 ammo for you to build your sentry. And that is really, really big to help boost the thing. Or, if you're not worried too much for time, you have the engineer, have them run a second engineer, and just run on a suicide, because then you get 200 instead of 100 ammo off the engineer's wrench. There is a bind, I believe, for suicide. You'll have to figure it out yourself and have that plan beforehand. Otherwise, if you realize that you don't know, suddenly, like, oh no, I can't kill myself. How do I kill myself? Type kill in console, it doesn't work. And then just have the soldier just splash damage on himself until he dies. The most common place I've seen is right inside the shadow. So there's a shadow casted by this building. The most common placement I've seen for competitive play is right inside the shadow. Basically, this covers through the hole. It covers a little bit of the back of the roof. And if people try to push out here and jump, they will get hit by the sentry. And the sentry can see them pretty much right about there already. If it was a level 3 sentry, then the rockets could probably see it. And then they can try to spam over here, but you'll have the pyro, or you'll have a soldier here on defense. Pyro on defense is not a terrible idea. You could also run heavy if you really wanted to, I guess. But having one person up here on defense is necessary, just to cover this area up here. You want to have at least one soldier or a demo on your roof protecting that area. The other place you could build a sentry is, of course, the stairs area here. I'll just put a dispenser, I suppose, right there. Also, again, just inside the shadow area, and they'll cover long. They'll cover the point itself, and it doesn't cover people jumping. And people over the roof can edge your sentry from here, so that's not like super great. It's great on pub, but it's not great on. It's not great here. What's really interesting, though, if you think you have the time, and I doubt you will. Whoops. Oh, I right-click. You can't right-click on the... It'll just jump you to a node. Damn, this is... I was gonna do something. Okay. Okay. That's dumb. Okay. Anyways, so what I was gonna say... if you really, really think you have time, there's a neat little trick you can do here where you put your dispenser right about there, and what that'll let you do is you can jump up and you can put your teleporter down on the thing. Come on, come on. Just hold down the mouse button. I got it flashed. There you go. I'm really bad at it, as you can see. It's not really worth it, but you could get a sentry up on the roof this way. There's an alternate method that I'm not really familiar with. You can also try sentry jumping, also not really worth it. But yeah, you can do that, and it takes a really long time to set up, but the sentry on the roof is actually really strong. And you just get it behind the house and you'll be pretty set. Let's see. Whoops. And then just put the teleporter back that way, like that. Yeah, normally if you plan to do this way, you probably put the entrance down around here. That way you don't have to run all the way back to spawn, although, you know, by the time it takes for you to run all the way back, it doesn't hurt. One of the best things about doing this, though, whether you use sentry jumping or whatever, is that you can build a dispenser up on the roof, and that will help your soldiers and your demos who are guarding the roof extremely. Best place is to put it probably right about here. Yeah, right about here is probably the best way. That would protect it from the spam. And then you might want to, oops, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Anyway, so yeah, put the dispenser up there. That's a good spot. And then you can put the sentry a little bit, like, probably where the teleporter is not a bad spot either, although it will get spam. You have to be ready to pull it away at a moment's notice. You can have it watching the back doors, which is probably pretty good as well. It won't be watching the point, but at least you have the teleporter up maybe there, have the sentry over there, and they can watch the back doors. And you can have somebody on the roof guarding with you, and they can always just guard the point that way. But it takes a hell of a long time to set up. That's about it. What I have seen some people do, as I mentioned before, was to set up the sentry on the rocks of point A, and basically that will maybe force the Uber pop on the team coming out, and that way they won't have the Uber coming out to B. And I don't really recommend this method because then if they decide to push B, then you basically won't have anything on B set up ready to defend. I mean, you'll have your Uber and then you have your team. So basically they'll set up the level 1 or the level 2 or probably level 2 is probably the highest you can get it in time, and then the engineer will just leave it alone and just say, screw it, I'm out of here. Head back this way, get their dispenser set up, or their dispenser is probably already set up on the first point, and they just went over there just to set up the first sentry, because I think you can just jump on the rocks and set up the sentry. You don't have to set a dispenser. So you can leave the dispenser here, and the dispenser will just accumulate metal, so that when you come back, dispenser's good spot is like right here. Right there, it's a good spot for your dispenser and your teleporter probably as well. And then you just build your sentry after they take out that first one, and it'll just delay them a little bit. It'll give you guys a bit of time. But if they decide to skip A and just jump for B, then well, you have no sentry, and you're a little bit screwed. So it's a gamble again. It's a little bit of mix and match play to see how it goes. But yeah, when you're defending A, there's really not much you can do. You just have a sniper, maybe a scout, and stickies. The demo probably shouldn't be there at all. Just have the sniper or scout just say, pop your stickies, and then the demo will just explode the stickies when they tell them to. And then, yeah, the big one is you just have to watch the short side door and watch this door really is the big ones, because those are the ones that give the easy access to the roof, and you want to prevent people from getting easy access to the roof. And that's pretty much that for B. Let's take a look at defense for C. Now, most time people do set up the sentry around here, and really this is pretty worthless, I think, because it can be edged and everything, but what it does do is that it allows the engineer to run back inside, grab metal, and come back outside again, and then also allows the engineer, when the sentry explodes, just go in and switch classes really fast that way. And then you can put your dispenser behind here, but I really, you might as well not have that, period. One of the trickier things I've done before was I would set a sentry here, and what that do, it'll screw over anybody trying to jump from either side here. And you can leave a mini sentry, you can use mini sentry, you can use a level 1, and it will really screw over people trying to do the jumps. They will get shot by the sentry, get pushed away, and even if they're on the roof here, if they just edge over there, they still get, usually they'll be over here trying to fight people, right? Because that's what you see, and then they get shot by the sentry, and what's shooting me? So that's not too bad. You probably, instead of the engineer, you might want to run sniper on defense here, and the sniper can, has lots of excellent sight lines on this map to just guard and watch over different places. A sniper might edge up all the way over here just to watch jumpers from that door. And that way you can cover pretty much all the jumping routes if the sniper is really good at just air shotting people. Body shots, probably just run the Machina or something, I don't know. Yeah. Scout on defense is pretty good. Of course, you want to have your soldiers practice the jump off that corner all the way up to the roof, because they need to learn how to do that so they can get up there really fast as soon as they respawn. But scout on defense is pretty good because the scout can just hop around this way and just come back and just keep people off the point. This point caps really fast, so you really need to have a scout who can go back and forward and just keeping themselves on the point and not really getting frags too much, but just delaying as much as possible, preventing the cap for as long as possible so that other people can come on and help them out as he tries. Of course, if you can get kills, obviously. But yeah, a lot of just back and forth, just keeping their toes on the line, just preventing people from capping the point and just staying alive as long as possible. It's really hard for scouts to stay alive on that area because it's such a small area, and splash damage will take them out, so they really need to be in the air for the most part. And yeah, other than that, like really, you shouldn't have other than the scout or demo like stickies on the thing, you shouldn't really have people up here because this point will get spammed. Definitely do not have your medic over here. I think I've seen medics maybe stay inside here or just down here, really, preventing the access from this door. So the medic will stay just kind of like down here where they won't get shot at by anybody, and then they're like, oh, you need an Uber? Sure, go to Uber. And people will just retreat back over here to get heals rather than the medic running up to heal them. In that case, when the Uber or when you see jumpers come in, you might want to flash the Uber on somebody jumping up as the medic. You know, the medic should just flash people and just call out where the medic is, and so then people are aware of where you are standing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for defense, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Let me know if you know any other ideas or stuff that I might have missed, because, you know, I'm not super pro or anything. Just really giving people an idea of what to look out for and what are the common approaches and mistakes made on the map. This week should be very interesting. The very first game is tonight at 7 o'clock. I might not be able to make it. I might have to do a little bit of astronomy today and watch Venus passing over the Earth and the skies, so that would be kind of cool. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy. Leave a comment. Ciao.